Okay, another space game, Dev Log 4. Changes in this release. Got some cool sounds and flash effects when something gets hit with a laser. Also, some behind the scenes plumbing to make this sort of thing work. So if you preview the turn, or your next turn, the effects linger, but then they have to restart at the start of the replay, which is non-trivial to recreate them. So when something dies during a turn, it doesn't actually die, it just sort of gets flagged for death at the next commit. And if you preview the turn, then it sort of undies them and puts them back to how the state they were in at the start of the start of the turn. So you can replay stuff. So those are the big ticket items in this release, in this version. Not releasing anything yet. Lots of other background edge cases and plumbing and stuff to make these things work. But I'm pretty sure it's at a good point now where I can just sort of chuck the motion recordable object onto a physics object and it just sort of gets handled. I don't need to fine tune anything. So for the next release, I want to add a different type of ship. I want to add a shield ship that is the first medium class ship, and it projects the shield around it to protect itself and anything that's inside the shield. I think that'll have some interesting effects. And one other thing, collisions. So my line of thinking, because of the sort of simultaneous turn business thing we've got going on, collisions, I think I'll just handle it by having equal collisions of equal size ships, so small, medium, or large. Collisions between those result in destruction of both. And then if you're colliding with something that's bigger than you, then you get destroyed. And the big one takes some damage maybe, or has no effect. Not quite sure. Because we can't really do physics in the recorded approach, because if two things collide on one timeline and they bounce off each other, then that if player B decides to not fly directly at that player and then flies down, and then the recording for player A will bounce off nothing. It'll look weird. So I'm thinking if there is any collision during the sort of codified committed turn, then both things get destroyed, or one of them based on the size. So I want to get that working, and that should be cool. I want to try to get after that. I want to try to get an opposing force with some basic AI in there, so I can start playing around with the combat. Because I think how that feels that will determine a lot of other parts of where the direction the game's going to go in. Okay, that's about it. Bye bye.